So a few points that I wanted to make. I'll be here not for long, but I just wanted to give everyone a little bit of a insight on reading lines. If you can share the fairway picture, there's one fairway picture I sent you guys, which is dark and light kind of fairway.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when all of you, when you're on the golf course and you see something, this is a fairway, but you can see a green also like this. You see how a dark patch is there and a light patch, then a dark patch, then a light patch. So this is basically the grain. Okay. Now the reason why I'm talking about grain is because when you're reading a green, the grain plays a very important role. So this is grain. So the dark patch that you're seeing, please keep the thing there.
Sir, 1 minute,
Keep
my
the
net is not working. Anushka, can you just do it?
yeah. Just enlarge this so that it just covers everyone's screen. So when you see something like this, you will understand that the fairway or the green is cut up and down. Now, if you see the middle one, which is a dark patch where the arrow is pointing towards you, so this, no, that's it, that's it, that's it. Don't make it bigger. People will not understand. Make it smaller. Yeah. So where the arrow is pointing towards us is basically the grass has been cut towards us, and the arrow that is pointing away, the grass is cut away. So basically the mower has gone up and down in separate lines. Okay, so same way on the green, when you see a dark, you see the green is looking dark, that means the grass is growing into you. And when you see the green is light, then the grass is growing away from you. So this is one way of reading the greens and understanding which way the grain is. If you're not sure, you can just take up anything, a velvet sofa, go to a velvet sofa or a velvet dress or any kind of a felt cloth. And if you run your hand, away from you, you will see that the color is lighter. And when you run it in towards you, you will see it's darker. That's exactly how the grass grows. And if the grass is growing into you, so why do you actually see grass which way it's growing? Because whichever way the grass is growing, that is the way the ball is going to turn. Okay, so if the grass is growing away from you, then the ball is going to be faster, the putt. If the grass is growing into you, then the putt is going to be slower. If you are seeing from the side and the grass is more, let's say from the left side is looking darker than the right side, then obviously the grass is growing away from you, right to left, and vice versa. So whichever side it's darker, the ball is going to roll towards that side. So that is one thing. Bharat, I will just talk about this, and I will talk about a little bit about the whole, and then you can take over and continue with slopes. Okay.
Okay.
Right, Bharat? Yeah. So any questions regarding this? Anybody? Any about the grass cutting and the grass growing? Because then I'm going to move to the next point. Any questions? No? Okay. Okay, so can you share now the picture that is, I'll tell you which way. Yes, the second last picture. So another way of reading the green is by looking at the hole. If you see make it as big as possible. So if you see that one side of the hole will always be, no, not so much, where the written is there. Little more, little lesser, little lesser. Make it a little lesser. The word should be visible. Yeah. So if you can see that one side the hole is broken. Now wherever the hole is broken, the ball is always going to turn that side. Always. So if I'm putting from the broken side, it's going to be slow. If I'm putting from opposite the broken side, it's going to be fast. If I'm putting from the left on this one, the ball is going to turn right to left towards the broken time. If I'm putting from the right, it's going to turn left to right. Okay. So what happens is that the ball actually putts hit the broken part of the hole, the lower side of the hole from where it's turning, and the hole starts breaking right from the beginning of the first hole. So this is how basically you're going to be reading greens, is also by looking at the hole, especially on the shorter parts. Looking at the hole is one of the best ways to read a green. Best ways to read a green. And now what Bharat is going to do is Bharat is going to talk about the slopes. Okay,
Yes.
how to read the slope, to understand which side the slopes are, that water normally flows towards big tanks and water hazards. That's the other thing you can talk about.
Yes, sir.
And you know how the speed changes when you hit a soft putt and a firm putt. So Bharat, if you take over. Before that, if anyone has questions, I will answer it. Otherwise, Bharat is going to be taking over the session from here. Any questions to me? No? So Bharat, you can talk about the slopes and everything. So Anushka, you can also show that first slide. I think Bharat can take it over from there. So Bharat, we're putting a slide there which shows that how much, where you actually aim and how the ball turns. So your primary and secondary target.
Okay.
So Anushka, I think you share that first picture that I sent.
Yes.
And then Bharat sir is going to take over from now because I'll be logging off.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So here we can see the picture which is showing how from where the ball curved. Okay, and how much the ball curved. Okay. It is basically how can you control your direction of the ball. Okay. So generally, and also the speed of the ball. So generally in putt there are two things you have to control. One is distance and another one is direction control. Okay. So in the picture you can see yellow line. Okay. And there is one point that is called apex of break. Apex of break means there is a point from where the ball starts curving towards the ball. Okay, so you have to find out whenever you are playing on the whenever you are putting and you are looking to find the line of the putt. You need to find out that one point from where the ball is going to break or the ball is going to start turning towards the hole. Okay, so but the break of the hole depends upon what kind of putt you are going to play. Are you going to play a slow putt? Okay, or you are going to play a firm putt. Slow putt means dead putt. Dead putt means when you play the ball and play the ball softly, putt the ball softly, and it start turning towards the hole. Slowly. It will not roll too much faster towards the hole, but it will start turning towards the hole little slow with a slow speed, and it will take the help of the brake. Okay, the ball will take the roll with the help of the braking of the putt from wherever the ball will curve towards the hole. So suppose you are playing a firm putt, you can see 4 arrows. Okay, just beside the hole, just beside the hole there are 4 arrows. Those 4 arrows are showing what? If you are if you will take the first arrow, okay, and from that line you will play the ball towards the hole, it means you will have to play the putt little firm, okay, because you are not allowing the ball to turn much, but uh, it will if you will play more if you will play the putt more closer to the hole on the line which is more closer to the hole, then there will be little bit speed in the putt, okay. Similarly, if you will go more away from the hole, okay, and then start playing the putt, then you will have to play relative with a speed which will be comparatively lesser, okay, which will be comparatively lesser than the putt in which you will take the line more closer to the hole, okay. So more the break, more will be the more slow will be the putt, lesser the break, faster will be the putt, okay. So there are two ways of playing a putt. Either you play it softly and make the ball curve more towards the hole, or you play it little bit firmer, okay. It is same like firing a bullet to some target. The bullet goes too quickly because its path is very much straight. The bullet does not take any kind of swing or curve in the air. It goes completely straight towards the target. Okay, something which has to go straight in the line towards the target. It will be relatively faster also. And if something has to go along, if something has to take more direction or more path towards the target, then it will be little bit slower also. It is same like you are running straight in the line, or you are running towards the target by taking a long route. So whenever you will take the long route, obviously you will reach later on the target, and whenever you will run straight towards the target, you will reach a little bit earlier. The same thing happens when you putt the ball, when you are playing straight putt, or when you are not taking the help of the brake too much. In that situation, your speed of the putt will also be more. Similarly, if you are taking the, mm, I mean, opposite to that, if you are taking the help of the line, if you are taking the help of the slope, so then the slope will curve the ball towards the hole. Then your speed of the putt has to be according to the slope. It cannot be too much firm. It cannot be too much slow as well. Okay. So sometimes you might have seen when you play a putt and you have taken a line and you have played your putt on that line with a good speed that will with a good enough speed that it makes the ball roll towards the hole and ball gets into the hole. And on the same line, if you will play the putt, I'm talking about the same line, and on same line, if you putt the ball with little bit slower speed, you will find that the ball will start curving, it break, and then it misses the hole from the same line. Why? Because the speed was slow. So that speed was not good enough to make the ball roll towards the hole. Okay, so from the same line. But whenever you play the part and you play a little bit, you go with the slope and play with it according to the slope, and it drops into the hole. Why? Because the slope is helping the ball sometimes to move towards the hole. So this also happens. This is the relation between distance and direction control while playing a putt. Okay, is there any other picture, Anushka?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mm, okay, so what is this one for? Any other picture? I can't understand what is this picture uh, trying to. So, okay, one thing I was going to tell you about the slope. How to read the slope? You can read the slope by your feet whenever you are moving. Whenever you will walk on the green, you can have a feel of the green. Okay, your feet can feel the green. How do you feel the green? When you will walk on the green, the slope. Yeah, okay. So okay, okay. I am coming to this picture in after explaining this thing about slope. So that thing about one thing about the slope was uh, whenever you walk on the slope, okay, whenever you will stand on the slope, your feet will give you the feedback of the slope, feedback about the green. How? Suppose you are standing on the green and the green is tilted from right to left, so your right foot will be slightly. You will feel that your right foot is slightly lifted and your left foot is below your right foot. So your feet alignment is something like this if you are standing. So this indicates what the slope will be from right to left. Okay. So whenever we stand on the flat surface, our feet are aligned in the same line. Okay. But the moment your feet will be looking like this, or you will feel yourself tilted towards the left, it means what? When your body is tilted towards the left, it means I'm sorry, the slope is going to be from right to left. Okay. Or if you suppose if you are walking on the slope, which is a downhill slope, so you will feel that when you are walking, your speed of walk is very gradually increasing, or you are feeling like you are when you are walking on the green, your speed is getting faster while walking. Okay, you are feeling that you are walking down on some slope, which is which, which is making a speed of walk little faster. It means what? The slope is going down. It is faster green. Okay. It does. The speed of the part is going to be faster. And when you are walking uh, on the green, and when you are feeling that you are moving on something which is inclined upward. Okay. When it is declined, so your speed is faster. When it is inclined, and you are walking on inclined surface, your speed is, of walk is slightly slower. Okay, or you will feel some effort to walk on that inclined area. So that means that is upward slope. So in upward slope, the speed of the green is going to be slow. Speed of the putt is going to be slow, right? Okay. So this picture is showing again the broken. If you see closely, can you zoom it a little bit? Yes, yes, fine. So there is a circle and on the lip of the hole, which is showing a broken part of the hole. Okay. So just like Sir said before, wherever the hole is broken, okay, wherever the lip of the hole is broken, it means ball hit that part whenever it enters. Sometime whenever the ball enters into the hole, it hit one part of the hole, okay, one part of the lip of the hole, and then drops into the hole. Okay, so what happens consistently if the ball is hitting the lip of the hole, it breaks the hole. Okay, it breaks the hole from one part. So it means what? How it will become? How it will get broken when you are consistently putting from one side. So when somebody is putting consistently, when the ball is entering from one side, it means what? The line is going to be from that side only. So similarly, the if you see a broken area, a broken part on a whole lip of the hole, you can understand that the line of the part is from the opposite side of the broken part, or it will be from the ball will enter from the opposite side of the hole. That means the line is from the opposite side of the broken part. Okay, so that is what sir has also explained before. Any other picture we have, Anukta?
No, sir. The rest two pictures has been explained by sir.
Sorry.
The rest two pictures has been explained by sir.
Sir has explained them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so other thing I'm going to explain. So, okay, I come to question. Let me explain one couple of factors, couple of things which can help you in reading the green, or then I will come to the question quickly. Okay. Okay, so I have spoken about the slope. Acha, how there is one more technique to see the slope. If you will see the slope, see the green carefully from far away. From far away means what? You have played the shot, okay, on the green from some 80 yard or 100 yard, okay, from 100 yard or 80 yard, whatever distance you have hit the ball, and now carefully from that distance, just keep an eye on the green, and whenever you are walking towards the green after the shot, just keep looking at the green for some time. You will get an idea about the whole pattern of the green, that which side the green is sloping more. Okay, so suppose any hole at the Tollygun Golf Club. Suppose if I'll talk about Tollygun Golf Club, on the hole number 16, if I will play my shot from 50 yards, and if I will keep looking after the shot, if I'll have a close look to the green, if I will have a if I'll see the green carefully from 50 yards, I will have an idea to which side the green is sloping more. Okay, or either it is sloping towards me, or it is sloping towards right to left, or left to right. I can see it from far away, from a distance which is pretty much far away from the green. Okay, so always try to, after playing your approach shot or your pitch shot, always try to see the green carefully from far away. It will give you a rough idea, a good idea about the green, to which how the slope, or what is the pattern of the green, how the slope are I mean how the green is designed. Okay, that can easily give you the idea. Or sometimes if you will if you will keep a check on the green, if you whenever you play at the golf course, if you will see, sometimes the green are designed in such a way that whenever the water pours on the green, it will drain out of the green. Okay, so the greens are designed like that. Okay, so if you know about the golf course, if you will have an idea about the golf course, to which side of the green water drains out, it means the slope will be always on that side. Okay, so but it is rarely people do that, but this is also one of the things you can use to figure out the slope of the green. Okay, so wherever the water will flow to drain out from the green, you can figure out what will be the slope of the green. Okay, so this is one thing you can use to figure out the speed of the to figure out the slope or speed of the green. Okay, then comes uh, the the surface hardness. The if you will see if the okay, one more thing, how much the grass is growing on the green, or is it nicely cut? Okay, if the grass on the green, is it nicely cut, is it properly cut, then the speed of the green will be faster. If the grains of the green are longer, slightly longer, then it means the ball will roll a little slower on the green. So it also depends upon the length of the grass, which is length of the grass, either it is nicely mown or not. So properly mown green will have a faster speed automatically, and the if the green is not properly cut, then it's going to be slower. Then comes uh, and the weather or the season also plays the role in determining the speed of the green. So again and again, I'm talking about the speed of the green. Either you will have to find out what is the speed of the green, or you will have to find out what is the direction from where you have to play the putt. Okay. So to find the direction, you will have to see the slopes and all, or the green, which sir already have told you about. So, wherever the grains of the grass is growing, okay, if it is moving into you, the putt is going to be faster. If it is moving away from you, then putt is going to be slower. So uh, okay, so this was about the either direction control or speed or the distance control. So now, one more thing, what I was talking about is weather. If the weather is monsoon weather, okay, if it is a monsoon season, then the green will be comparatively slower because water pours on the green and it makes the green softer. Similarly, during the summer or a good sunny winter will have a faster green because the green becomes dry and it becomes hard. Okay, so the weather also plays some role in deciding the speed of the green. Then what happens? You will see during which time. Okay, during what time you are playing. If suppose you are playing in the morning, in very you have got the tee off uh, at early morning time. Okay, yes, and during the winter when you play in early morning timing, what happened due to uh, dew dew factor, the greens are wet. Okay, so whenever they are wet, lower in speed, and during in that same day, if you in the morning if you will play, and then in the afternoon if you will play, in the afternoon it gets dry and it becomes faster. Okay, so on the same day, suppose you are playing a tournament in the winter, you got the tee off early in the morning one day, so the green will be faster in the morning time because of the dew on the green. But when you will play the next day, you might get the what do you say? You might get the tee off uh, in the afternoon. So in the afternoon, you will find that the speed of the green become faster. Okay, so that is also one of the factors which can help you in figuring out the speed of the green. Okay, then comes uh, the one more thing is, if there is some water body on one side of the green. Okay, so if you know there is some water body on one side of the green, so the grass of the green will grow toward the water. Okay, okay, so the grass of the green, it will be growing towards the water, wherever will be the water body or some lake or some big water tank is located, so the grass will be growing towards that water body. Okay, so uh, if you see some water body, so you will find out that grass will be growing towards that. So suppose there is one water body here and the green is here, so grass is moving towards this side. It means if you are playing from here, so the speed of the green will be faster, and if you are playing from this side, so you are playing against the growth of the grass. So from here to this side, the speed of the green will be slower. Okay, so you can figure out the speed of the green if you will find some big water body around the green, and then you will see that grass is growing towards that uh, water body. Okay, so I think okay, one more thing you can one more thing which can help you figuring out the speed, the direction of the putt. Okay, sometimes what happens, uh, we get on the green and we see that we are not being able to find out what is the line of the putt from where you need to play it. Sometimes it looks like very straight putt, but the break is not too much. It is like 1 inch or 2 inch away from the green. Okay, the breaks are not a bigger break, or it is not a bigger turn towards the hole, but it is a very small turn. Okay, but how to see that? Sometimes uh, sometimes you will move away from the ball and try to see. If even then if you can't see, then you see the area just close to the hole. Okay, just close to the hole, just near the hole. From there you will have an idea. Sometimes what happens, uh, the slope does not start from just after the putt, but it starts sloping after moving couple of feet. Okay, during the putt, when the ball covers some distance and then start taking the turn. Okay, so in that case what happens, you have to see you have to see the hole very closely. You will see that hole is slightly lifted this way or this way. Okay, so the lip of the hole, one side of the hole will be slightly lifted. So that means the lift, from wherever the hole is lifting, the line is going to be from that part. Okay, so this is how you also can you can also figure out the direction of the putt. So these are the small breaks. These are not the big breaks. Okay, small break you can find out by seeing the cup or the lip of the hole, from which side it is slightly lifted. So wherever it is lifted, the ball is going to curve from there. Okay, this is also one thing you can figure out wherever you are confused about the line. If you can't see the big break, or if you are not being able to see the slope, or even if it is not a slope but a very small break, that small break can be figured out by seeing the area close to the hole. Okay, or you must walk all the sides of the hole. Okay, you must take a little walk around the hole, and from one, if you can't see the line from behind the ball, then you go to the opposite side of the hole. Okay, opposite side of the ball, and try to see the line. Okay, so you will find out some area which is slightly lifted from one part, from one side. So wherever it is lifted, the ball is going to turn from there. Okay, so suppose this is a hole. If it is lifted from this side, so obviously the slope is going from right to left. Okay, so this also happen. Okay, so that's all about how to read the green, how to figure out the distance, or and figure out the speed or the direction of the putt. Okay, now I'll move to the question. Yeah, Anushka, tell me the question.
Yeah. So the first question is, my ball sometimes goes out from the edges. What can I do to improve it?
My ball sometimes goes out from the edges.
What can I do to improve it?
Okay, I mean he's asking about the ball lips out. Okay, so when the ball lip out, what happened? Your ball is not taking the proper roll. Okay, whenever we putt the ball starts rolling. It it starts rolling. It takes the top spin kind of thing. Okay, so when the roll is not proper, the ball moves from its line. Okay, so when it enters the lip of the hole, and then it slips out because why? Because it's not rolling properly. Okay, so when the ball does not roll properly, it does not enter the cup properly. Okay, so when it does not enter the cup, when it does not drop into the cup, what happens? It lips out. So why it lips out? Because the roll was not proper. So you have to, what you have to do to improve this thing, you what you can do to do. Okay, you take a line. Okay, on the practice green, what you do, you can mm, put the ball and uh, from the ball to the hole, just draw a line, or you can keep two alignment stick very closely and put the ball on that and try to roll that ball so that it takes that proper roll just after the putt. Okay, or and let me tell you one proper drill for that. Yeah. Okay, you take the ball. Okay, and there are some markers. Okay, you take a marker pen, and there is a case of if you will go to the pro shop, they will give you a case, a small case in which you can put the ball and draw some line on the ball. Okay, okay, so you can make a line around the ball. Okay, and then place the ball so that you can see the line when you are seeing the ball from in the address position. When you will place the ball, that line should be visible to you. Okay, it is like drawing a line around the ball. Okay, completely around the ball, you just draw a line and then place the ball. Okay, and then try to putt the ball, and that whole line around the ball should be visible to you. It should not be, you know, jiggling while when the ball rolls on the when you putt the ball. The line should not be moving. It should be clearly rolling, and the line should be clearly visible. Okay, so that is the easiest way, and any coach can tell you about that, how to draw the line around the ball and then place the ball. And and whenever you are playing the putt, make sure on the putter there is a small line in the middle of the putter. You have to align that small line on the line which you have drawn on the ball. Okay, and then try to putt the ball. Okay, that the ball will roll in such a way that you will be able to see that line continuously. So if that line is visible to you clearly after the putt on the ball, it means your ball is taking a good roll after the putt. So there will be less chances to lip out. Okay, then the ball will automatically drop into the hole. It will not lip out suddenly. Okay, so many people say I was unlucky because the ball was lipping out. It was not unlucky, but it was because the ball was not taking the proper roll. Okay, that is the reason. Next question.
Yeah. How to read the line from opposite side?
Okay, from the opposite side, I already I also told this thing before. if you can't see the line from one side, okay, so if you will move to the opposite side, you will you will get some hint, or you will get to see the slope properly. Sometimes what happens, from one side you can't see the slope. When you move to the opposite side, uh, suppose there is a slope which is not visible to you from the side behind the ball, then you move to the other side. Okay, from other side you get to see the another angle of the hole. Okay, so, and you will find out that from which side the cup of the the cup of the hole, the lip of the hole is slightly lifted or not, or you can see from any slope from another side, or you can see the slope is moving toward the hole. If it is toward the hole from this side, so from opposite side it will be again the slope. Okay, so when you move opposite side, it means what? Whatever you see from opposite side, okay, suppose I moved opposite to the ball, okay, and I'm seeing the hole, and I found the line from left to right. So from opposite side, and when I will go back to the ball, the line will be from right to left. Okay, so this is how it helps you when you move opposite to the opposite to the ball, or when you take a look of the hole from the opposite side. I think if, with the opposite side, you mean when you move to the opposite side of the hole. So if I am taking you correctly, then this is the answer. Okay. Yeah.
Is taking an intermediate target the best way to aim for a putt?
What?
Is
Taking
taking
intermediate target?
yeah.
Taking an intermediate target, the best way to take
Aim for a
aim
putt.
for a putt. I did not get intermediate target thing.
Okay. We
Taking
can move
intermediate.
on to the next question.
Yeah, yeah. Just tell me another question. I'll try to come back to this question. I could not understand this intermediate target.
How
Okay.
do you read the cutting of the green?
How do we read the cutting of the green? Okay. Cutting is what? Cutting is means how much the greens are growing. Okay. And to which side the greens of the greens are moving. These are the two things you can figure out on the green. Okay. So when you see, the sir has already told you, the green and the fairways are designed in some pattern. Okay, you will find sometimes you will find a dark patch, the light patch, the dark patch, then light patch. The greens are made like that also. Sometimes the whole green is in a same color. Sometimes one side it is dark, one side it is light. So these are the pattern which designer give to the golf course and all the and also the green. Okay, the fairways and green both are made in some pattern. Okay, so again I will go back to the same thing which sir has already told us before, that if the darker, if you are playing against the darker side, darker path, okay, and you are playing against that, that means the putt is going to be slow. And when you are playing along the cutting of the grass, then it's going to be normal or faster. Okay, so we do not read the cutting of the grass, we read the length. If the length of the green, if length of the grass is more, the speed of the green will be slow. Okay, so you can see, if the green is too much dark, it means what? Either the length of the green, okay, If the length of the green, if the length of the grass is too much, it will look little bit more green, and if the length of the grass is lesser, the green look like a light green patch. Okay, so this is the thing you have to figure out. Okay, yeah. Next question:
How to get the apex point?
how to get the apex point? Okay, so apex point, when you will see the when you will see the line, there will be one part. You continuously see the line, and you will find out. First, you will have to figure out how you are going to play the part. Are you going to play a firm part, or you are going to play a slow part? Okay, slow or a normal good speed part. Okay, if you are going to play a firm part, the apex of the part will be more closer to the green, more closer to the hole. Okay, suppose if this is a hole, okay, and if this is a hole and I'm playing from here, if I'm playing fast with a firm speed, so what will happen? The line will be more closer to the hole. Okay, it will not be like too much curving. Okay, and when you are playing the slow part, you will have to allow the ball to curve towards the hole. So during that time, the apex will shift little bit away from the hole. Okay, so if your putt speed is more, okay, if your putt is firm, the apex will be more closer. The line of the putt will be more closer to the hole, and if your putt is slower, the the ball is going to curve more. The ball is going to break more, and the apex point will move little bit away from the hole. So you, suppose you have figured out the line of the hole, okay, but now still you have to decide from where the ball is going to break. So that depends upon how you are going to play the putt. Is it going to be a firm putt, or is it going to be a slow putt? Also, one more thing, the to figure out the apex of the putt, there is one more thing which can help you to figure out the apex of the putt. If you are playing in the upslope, okay, in upslope, what happens? The speed of the putt is going to be slow, right? So what you do, you try to play it little firm, okay, but the line of the putt is slightly from the right of the hole. But what happened? You know that the line is from right to left. Yeah, I'm coming to Lakshya. Wait, the line is from right to left, and you are playing the putt on the upslope also. So you will try to play it little firm. So when you play it little firm, you uh, you see that you are not going to play exactly in the line, but slightly more towards the hole, more inside. You know, sometimes caddy says you have to hit right inside. Right inside means what? The line is on the lip of the hole, and you have to play the putt little firm. So generally, suppose you to line it 2 inches away, 2 inches right of the hole. Okay, but you are going to play a firm putt, so try to take just 1 inch away from the hole. Okay, so that is something which is going to change the apex of the putt also. Okay, so if you are going to play a slow putt, so in the slow putt, the ball will start from 2 inches away from the hole, but in the firm putt, the ball will start 1 inch away from the hole. So that is the difference when you play a firm putt or a slow putt. Okay. Yeah. Next question.
Some greens are with double break. How to read that?
Have double break. Have to read that. Okay. So when it has double break means what? I from one side you will see one slope. Then that's why we say move around the ball and around the hole so that you can see the line clearly. It means what? From one side I have seen the ball is uh, the slope is like this, and from there, from the opposite side, one more side, the slope is from down uphill to down. It is moving towards the hole, and from one side it is moving from left to right. So now you will have to figure out which slope is going to affect the putt more. Okay, one thing, which slope is going to affect the putt more. Either it is, suppose it can be upslope plus left to right also, right? So then what will happen? Uh, Upslope is also going to affect the putt, and from left to right is also. But in the upslope, the speed of the putt will be slow. Okay, so thus the breaking of the ball will also be lesser than the normal putt. Okay, because of the change in the speed of the putt. So uh, now you can find the double break by moving around the hole and taking a walk around the hole, because you can clearly see from different angles the different types of slope, and then you can make a calculation of the speed of your putt. This is the technique to find out the double slope. And one more thing, there are you will see the line is from right to left. Okay, but the grain is growing from left to right. Now again there will be a confusion. Either you play right to left or left to right. In that case, mostly you can prefer to play a little bit straighter towards the hole, or according to the according to the factor which is going to affect the breaking of the hole more. If either it is if it is the slope which is too much steep towards the hole, that is going to affect the you know uh, breaking of the hole, breaking of the putt, or the grain of the grass, that is going to affect the breaking of the putt. So which thing is going to affect the rolling of the putt towards the hole? Which one is going to affect more? Go according to that, or calculate yourself the direction of the putt according to the both factors. Okay, either the slope or the green. Okay, yeah.
Please explain the way to see the grain and how does it affect the break.
I'm sorry.
Please explain the way to see the grain and how does it affect the break.
Explain the way to see the green.
Yeah, and how does it affect the break?
There are many ways. I told you, we have already discussed before. There are many ways you can see the uh, green from far away. Told you, when you play a shot from 50 yards, suppose, or 80 yards, and from after that shot, just carefully look at the green, and you will find out to which side the slope is more. From there, you will have an idea. From far away, while walking towards the hole, you will have an idea how the slope is going to, how the green is going to behave. So you can use that technique, or you can walk on the green. Okay, when you walk on the green, your feet can feel that you can get the feedback with the help of your feet. Okay, your legs will tell you what is the slope, what to which side the slope of the putt is going. Okay, so uh, sorry, I think somebody is asking grain, not green. Okay, so wait.
Yeah, grain.
Okay, so can the guy repeat the question again? Can he write the question completely? Because I am confused about his question. Is it asking about green or green?
Mr. Arvind Sirohi, can you please write your question again?
Okay. So till then, until he writes the question. Okay. Please explain the way to see the green and how does it affect the brain. So grains, we have already told you how do you see the green. Green can be seen by seeing the color of the green. Okay, if it is very dark, if one side, if you from one side, if you find the one patch of the green very dark, and from the other side, if you find it very light. Okay, suppose I'm standing here. Okay, greens are growing away from me. Okay, so when the I mean green, when it is growing away from me, the velvet, when you move your hand on the velvet away from you, so it become dark. When you run your hand on the velvet towards you, it becomes slow. So similarly, this thing works like that. Okay, when you are standing and the grains are growing away from you. Okay, it will look lighter, but when you will move to the other side, okay, when you will move to the other side, when you will see the green, it will look darker to you. So the dark path and the light path will give you the clear idea about the grains of the grass, towards which side it is growing. And if you are playing along the growth of the grass, growth of the green, it means the path is going to be faster. And if you are playing in against the growth of the grass, the path is going to be slower. So along the green, faster, against the green, slower. Okay. So if the grains are moving this way, if the grains are growing this side, so it means the path is going to be from left to right. Okay. Yeah. So you cannot play the putt from right to left because grains are going this side. So obviously it will make the ball go this way. Okay, because wherever the grains grow, mostly the slope is also on that side. But it is not necessary the slope is on that side. But wherever the grain grow, it make the ball roll towards that side. Okay, to whichever side it is growing. Okay, this is the concept of the grains of the grass. Yeah.
Can you suggest some drills to practice green reading?
It is not, there is no drill. Whatever techniques we have discussed in the session, mostly those you have to follow that. You find out from far away. Again, I will tell you, if you will stand on the green, then your leg will give you the feedback. What the slope, what kind of slope it is. Suppose you are standing on the green. Okay, I told it before. Told it before also. These are the legs. Okay, suppose these are the feet. If your right foot is slightly up and your left foot is down, if your right foot is up and left foot is down, so what will happen? You are standing on some surface which is tilting this side. Okay, which is sloping from right to left. Okay, suppose you are walking on the green and you are walking on the inclined side. Okay, so when you are walking on the towards the inclined slope, it means you are moving towards the up slope. The speed will be slow. When you are walking on the decline side, it means you are walking on the down slope, and then the speed of the putt will be faster. So there is no drill. Just there are couple of techniques which uh, you can use to figure out the slopes of the green. You from far away, or you from far away, if you will see the green clearly or properly, you will be able to see the slope of the green. or the pattern of the green, by seeing the grains of the grass, by seeing the hole carefully, closely, you will find the broken part on the lip of the hole. So it means from the opposite to the broken part, the ball is going to curve into the ball is going to drop into the hole. So these are the things which you can use to figure out the breaks or figure out the green. There is no drill. This is a habit. When you keep on playing and when you keep on trying to read the green, after some time you will be good enough to read the green. So there is no special drill to read the green. Yeah.
How to read green like Plump Bob?
Like Plump Bob. I will answer to you later. I have no idea about this thing, Plump Bob. I have read it somewhere, but I'm not clear about it. So I will definitely try to answer in next session about it. I will keep in this question in my consideration. I will come whatever the topic will be, but I will explain about it. I read it somewhere about Plump Bob, but I'm not completely sure, or I mean, I do not have complete knowledge about this thing. So I will definitely make it clear to you in the next session.
Okay.
Hmm.
So a participant is saying that, for example, I look at the hole and I have an imaginary line in my mind starting from the ball and ends at the hole. Now I select a target closer to me in the path of the line. So is it good way to take aim?
Yeah, it is very good way to take aim. Then, if you have selected a target which is closer to you, it will help you to align your putter correctly always. Okay. If you try to aim something very closer to you, then it is the best way to take the absolutely correct alignment and aim. When you align your putter, because aiming something which is far away from you is little bit difficult. So it is same like you are shooting on one target. Okay, you have a gun in your hand and you are shooting on one target, and the target is very close to you. So it will be very easy for you to align your gun towards that target. And if the target is, if the target is very much far away from you, and if you will try to fire on that target, it will be difficult for you to aim that target because it is too far from you. So something which is very closer to you, it makes easy for you to aim the putter correctly, very much correctly. It becomes very much accurate for you. Yeah.
What is the best way to utilize a practice round in a tournament for understanding the greens?
Best way to utilize practice round.
Yeah, in a tournament for understanding the greens.
For understanding the green, the best in the practice round you can use the green to you can use the green in such a way that you can putt from different areas. Okay, in practice round, nobody will stop you to practice a couple of putts from different areas of the green and try to find out the pattern of the green, and you can note it down in your diary also, a small notebook, or you can carry a small pocket sized diary and just write it down from which side the slope is more, towards which side the green grows on a particular hole. So this is how you can utilize the practice green. In fact, many caddies along with their players do this thing just before the tournament. If they get to go to the golf course for a practice round, they uh, make notes about every green at the golf course and utilize the practice round in that way. You guys can also do that before the tournament. When you get to play practice round, try to putt from different areas of the green, but make sure that you are not disturbing other group which are coming behind you. Just make sure you finish your research before they come to play on that green. So you can putt the ball from different side and different angle of the green, and you can figure out what is the pattern of the green, how the green is going to behave during the tournament. Okay. Uh, okay. Enough, I think, today for today. Is there any more question?
Yeah, there are.
Okay, tell me.
How to know if a player lacks green reading skills?
How to know
If a player lacks green reading skill?
if a player lacks green reading skill? Definitely, uh, there are two things which I discussed before: direction control and distance control. He will not be good enough in both of them. Okay, so if either his direction control will not be good enough, or maybe distance control will not be good enough. So how it will be possible? If if these things are not good enough, it means he had not read the green properly and played his putt. He had not played the putt according to the according to what is required to make the ball drop into the hole. So definitely he is not good enough in reading the green. So this is the thing which can easily tell you he does not have a good reading skill. But before that, he had to be technically correct also. If his putting technique is correct, but still he is not being able to putt the ball into the hole, then it means he is lacking in green reading skill. But if his putting technique is also not good, then forget green reading. First, he have to improve his putting technique. But his technique to putt the ball is good, but still he is not being able to drop the ball into the hole, or he doing 3 putts more than 2 putts. Then he has problem with green reading.
Okay. So we have a last question.
Yeah.
How should a player divide his practice time between green reading and other areas of putting?
Okay. But I just just a question before you discuss about one thing, that first you need to work upon your technique definitely, and make sure you have become good enough in both the direction control and the distance control. And the distance control mean what? Uh, in a 20 feet putt, you are not taking more than 2 putts every time. In 5 feet putt, you in a 5 feet or below putt, if you are playing a putt which has the distance 5 feet and below, so most of the time you uh, drop the ball into the hole. If you are good in that, it means your distance control and direction control are pretty much good. Then you should invest your time in practicing the green reading. Then you take just one ball, okay, and play the whole practice green. In the practice green you get 5-6 holes, or maybe more, like in Tollygun Club and Royal RCC. At the practice green you have around 8 to 10 hole on a green. So play every green from different spots, and try to finish them. Suppose you play 18 hole with single ball and try to finish them in say 15 putt, 14 putt. So if you are successful in doing this, it means your green reading has also improved, and and also your putting technique is also good. If you are getting your number lesser, okay, if you are putting in 18 hole, when you play on the green, if the numbers are lesser, then it means your putting has improved. a lot. So these are the things you can utilize while practicing. And green reading is very much important. But when you practice yourself, play in such a way that you are playing a tournament and play with one ball and complete the 18 holes on a practice green and try to finish all the 18 holes in least possible shot. That is the best way to practice. And obviously you will have to invest time in your technique improvement also. But what you do first, suppose you have problem with distance control, so you have worked on that for 1 hour, and then next 15-20 minutes play 18 holes and try to finish those 18 holes in least possible shot, and then you will get an idea that your distance control has improved or not. So like this you can practice at the practice game. Okay. Okay, done with the question?
Yes, sir. That's all for today.
Okay, that's all. So thank you so much for attending the session, and we will meet in the next session with another topic. Okay. Thank you, Anushka,
Thank you
and
for
thank
the
you,
session.
Sriparna. We'll see you in the next session.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.